Greetings, NDSP families. On behalf of our program, we welcome you to this event. I am Dr. Shanna Smalls, the Education Program Specialist stationed at DoDEA's headquarters here in Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you for joining us for this reintroduction to SchooLinks, our premier college and career readiness resource. Today, we have a representative from our vendor who will show you what SchooLinks has to offer for you and your child. Remember, this resource is available to students in grades 6 through 12. We have some additional functionalities for our home study families, but we won't get into those today. We'll host a separate session in the upcoming month ahead. This event will help orient everyone to the platform and will be recorded and made available on our website in the next few days. Now, at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Lauren Benefico, who will introduce herself and get started.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Smalls. Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Benefico. I am the Director of Customer Success here at SchooLinks and have the pleasure of working with you all and all of DoDEA. So I'm really excited to jump in here in a minute. A little bit about me. I'm a former educator. I started off my career as a 7th grade teacher, so was in the classroom, and then have been working within the ed tech industry ever since. So for today, I will be sharing my screen and we'll go through a few different topics. But first, as Dr. Small said, the goal of today's training is really just to give you a lay of the land of some of the basics that your students will see within SchooLinks. So we will not be going through everything in the platform, but really give you a sense of what is offered and some things that they can do starting this school year to get themselves acquainted. We'll go through how to claim your account if you have not done that. And then we'll talk through our scope and sequence plan. And then I'll actually go through a few slides about student onboarding, student to-dos, and finally, we'll finish off with exploration, how you can explore with your student within the platform on your own. So let's jump in and talk about claiming your account. So for NDSP, you all will go through a claim account process if you have not already. Dr. Smalls will send those instructions out again after this training, just to make sure everyone has those. But what you'll do is go to app.schoollinks.com. You will click claim account, which is at the bottom portion of corner. And then you'll enter your school issued email address.
You really got stupid right now.
Oopsies. And then finally, you will check your email to set up your password and all of that. If there are any issues, we will put in the chat where you can reach out to. And you can reach out to the NDSP team first, just to make sure your email is set up correctly, and we'll go from there. Great. All right. So first things first, we have worked together to set up a scope and sequence or a to-do list plan for each grade level. So this is the plan that you all will go through. Oops, I'm hearing background noise. I'm just going to mute a few people. This is the plan that you guys can see for each grade level, what your students are assigned to do for this school year. Now, since this is the first school year, we have not overdone it with assignments. There are about 1 to 2 things each month for each grade level. So let me show you this document here. I'm also going to put it in the chat for everyone as well. And this will be sent out in the slides also. So this document contains, once you download it, you'll actually be able to click these links, but this document contains information on what all grade levels will do. So you'll see that all grade levels will go through student onboarding and also log into the platform. I want you to notice that we have these months listed. So we have February. These are not hard and fast rules to follow, just recommendations on when we think it would make sense for your students to log in and do these activities. So all grade levels will go ahead and log in and do student onboarding, which I'll go through that in a minute. And then as we scroll down, you can find your student's grade level. So let's say, since I was a 7th grade teacher, let's say I have a 7th grader at home. You'll see that our 7th graders are assigned one task in February. That's to take the social emotional learning assessment, one activity in March, record their SMART goals, and so on and so forth. So this document is just a reference. Everything I'm showing you here is also in the platform for students to see, and we'll see that in a moment. But this is a great resource just if you're wondering, what should my student be doing? Where should they be going? All right, moving on, let's talk about student onboarding. So student onboarding takes place the very first time that students log into the platform. So this will only happen once the first time they log in. So if they're a 7th grader this year, they'll do this, but then next year in 8th grade, when they log in, they will not have to do this portion again. So there's a few different parts. It's a 4-part onboarding step. Some kids complete this in like 10 minutes because they, kind of whiz through it. And some will take 20, 25 minutes total. So the first part is to complete the Find Your Path assessment. This is a career interest inventory and takes about 10 minutes to complete. And it's based on Carl Jung's personality test. You'll notice that we have this GIF here, but it's really fun. The kids get to swipe right or left. So if they're on their phone, they can actually swipe, or if they're on a computer, they can click and drag one way or the other. So they really like to do this one. The next thing that will happen is they will view those personality results. So from the assessment they just took, they will see their personality type. They'll see common character traits of that personality, top career cluster matches, so types of careers that would be good for that personality, and then celebrity matches as well. So we like to keep it really, really fun. The next portion that they'll go through is choosing a career cluster. Top cluster matches will appear at the top. So let's say your student matched with, health science, government, and law based on their personality. Those will be at the top, but students can scroll down and view all 16 career clusters. The thing to remember here is this is not something that cannot be changed. Students can change this anytime they want. This is just them getting a sense of, would I want to go into agriculture? Maybe. And they can click that and set it. The next portion is they'll choose a potential career area. So careers related to the chosen career cluster will be displayed. So if they choose something in the medical field, they'll see things like physician, so on and so forth on this list, and they can go ahead and choose. And then part 4 is choosing a major or training. So this helps students start thinking into the future of, okay, if I really want to become a physician, what training would I need? And what it will show them is related training or majors first, and then everything else. This is helpful if teachers or staff see, okay, the student is saying they want to become a lawyer, but for their major, they're choosing registered nurse. Well, maybe we should talk to the student and figure out, which one are you leaning towards? Because obviously those two won't match up. At the end of that onboarding, they will get a summary. So they will see a summary of everything they just went through, personality match, career goal, and major and training. And as I just said, these are not permanent. Sometimes some of our more nervous kiddos will think, oh, I'm not sure if I should pick this. It can always be changed. They'll change it 200 times throughout while they're in SchooLinks. Finally, students need to click this button, Go to Dashboard, and that will bring them to their student dashboard. So that is the onboarding process. So every single student will do that in the beginning. And I'm actually going to show you guys a little bit of what it looks like live now. So this is our live platform. So when kids log in, this is actually the first screen that they will see. And it basically says, let's get onboarding, and we'll say, let's go. And then, like I said, they will go ahead and go through these questions. As much as you love your friends, you need a lot of alone time. Yes, I definitely do. So they'll go through these. They can click here or swipe. I'm just going to do it really fast to get us through. And then you can see that I was matched. My personality match was the adventurer. And then I can go through this whole process. So I'm just going to go through really quick again and click through, maybe fitness training and instruction. And for my major, kinesiology. Oops. Don't want that, sorry. And then finally, to finish this, they need to click go to dashboard. So they have their summary here. All right, so now they are on their dashboard page. I'm going to go back to our slides. The next thing I wanted to talk about is our student to-dos. So as I said, we have laid out a scope and sequence, so activities for each grade level to complete. And let's go ahead and scroll down to 10th grade. So you guys can see 10th grade, we have mapped out that they'll do something in February, March, April, and May. And we have a few different activities for them. What we'll do next is actually go into the student side and see where those student to-dos show up. So the default view of the student dashboard is the student's to-do list. So it makes it very obvious of here's what we think you guys should work on right now. This list is going to show to-dos that are due in the next 4 weeks, completed to-dos, and overdue to-dos. At the bottom, you can expand each to-do item to view a brief description, and then a go to feature button is how they'll just pop and go to that activity. Let me show you live in the platform as well. So I am logged in as a 10th grade student right now. And what you'll see is within the next 4 weeks, I have one to do. It says one due within the next 4 weeks. It's this self-discovery unit. I can click the down button, read a little bit about it, and then click go to feature to go do that directly. So if I was a student, I could just click there. The other thing I want to show is that at this bottom portion, it says 3 more to-dos coming up this year. So I can click here and see all of the to-dos that the NDSP organization has assigned to this 10th grade student. And what you'll notice is self-discovery unit, complete the Would You Rather assessment, jobs and internships learning unit, complete a game of life scenario. Those match what you'll see on this PDF. So it's really easy for kids to just go in and click here. All right. Next, I am going to actually pop over to more exploration. So as we said, we assigned out about 4 to-dos each, but we all have those students who are like, I want to do every single assessment. I want to, really explore as much as I can. So now I'm going to show you just how to explore the platform in general with a few of our main areas of the platform. So we are going to start with assessments. And they say assessments, which can sound like a quiz or sound like something like that. These are really like fun quizzes that you can take about your personality, your top skills. So it's really not a test or anything to be scared of. It's very, very fun. So for assessments, you can start an assessment. You can also retake these as many times as you'd like. And this is great because as a student is progressing through their studies, they change a lot from, maybe 6th grade to 10th grade. So being able to see their past results of maybe what were their top skills in 6th grade versus what are their top skills now that they're in 10th grade, it's totally fine to take these as many times as they'd like. You can also view the results or print or share with guardians and all of that as well. So let me show you where that is. I will say we will send out this deck. Every single page has how to access. So you'll access these by going to activities and then going to assessments. So I will go to my student dashboard, click activities, and then click assessments. And so here you will see all of our assessments, and you can see that we took the Find Your Path assessment during our onboarding. So we just took that a few minutes ago. I can look at my past results here. If I had more results, I could use this button to tab through, and I could also download these results and share with my parents or print out, anything like that. Great. All right. So I won't go through all of these assessments, but we have a number of assessments, and these are all based on, they're all research based. So you might have seen things like this one's based on the Holland Codes of Vocational Choice. They are really based on research-backed studies that help match students with personalities or skills and that type of thing. Our top skills assessment allows students to choose between two statements and then matches them with a list of careers, which is really great. Our focus assessment matches students with 6 mindsets, and they can learn about their motivations for life after high school. Our learning style assessment is great. There are multiple choice questions, and then it breaks the students out into visual, auditory, or tactile learners. And that's that for that section. All right, next up is our learning chapters. So again, these are able to be explored at any time by your students. They might be assigned, but also they can go ahead and do as much as they want outside of those assignments. So let's jump in. Our learning tasks can be accessed under activities and then learning. And these are a bit more in depth and provide deeper lessons around a variety of topics. These lessons range from 15 to 45 minutes. So these are going to take a little bit longer than the assessments took. So let me pop over to where to find those. That's under activities. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Activities and then Learning Hub. I'll change that in the deck. So under the Learning Hub, you can see all these different chapters. And the nice thing here is that you can actually see this student is assigned on their to-do list 2 of these already. So this 10th grade student knows, okay, these are the ones that NDSP actually assigned. But let's scroll down. Here's all the other ones that were not assigned that I can also go ahead and peek at. So some that stick out to me that I think are really, really helpful. Financial aid is a super hot topic right now. FAFSA is about to open. I think these 2 can be great, planning for 2-year schools or planning for 4-year schools. So depending on your student's interest. And then also the international job market is actually a learning unit that we added for DoDEA specifically a bit ago, after seeing that is an area that your population of students might be interested in. So let me just click on one of these here. I'll click on jobs and internships. So once you get into these, you'll see that there are videos. So if they click, it will walk them through everything they need to do. So I'm not going to start this because it's going to launch into a video, but you'll see that there's an intro, it'll launch into a video, and then a survey. And it'll bring them through that entire learning assessment and then give them results at the end of it. All right. Dr. Small, do you want me to pause for any questions, or should I keep on chugging along? I think we have about 10 more minutes.
Sure. If anyone has a question so far, they can go ahead and ask it. And if not, then we can continue to chug along, like you said.
Okay. Great. Well, yeah, any questions from anyone on the line right now? And if you also, you could put them in the chat if that's better for you. Okay. Let's keep chugging along. So the next portion of the SchooLinks platform is college exploration. So within SchooLinks, we have a very, very robust college search feature. You can search by a trillion different things and use a lot of different filters to hone in your search. School type, campus location and size, admission stats. We have VR tours, degree type, and sports programs. We also have added international schools as well. So if you search for a certain country that you're living in, like let's say you're living in Italy, you can search Italy and you'll see a list of schools pop up that are in Italy. So for this, you're going to go to colleges and then school search. So I'm going to go ahead and click colleges, school search. And the entire goal of school search is for students to start identifying which schools they might be interested in and saving those schools. So I'm going to show you guys how students can favorite schools. This right now I am filtered. So I already have a few filters on. I have the Virginia filtered on, public institutions and private, but you can use these filters for a ton of different ways. So let's say for school size, I'm really looking for medium and large schools only. And you can also search for ACT scores or SAT scores to see what would be the admission acceptance. Percent of acceptance rate you can search for, certain sports, again, if there's a VR tour, and then degree type. You can also search using this search bar up here. So up here at the top, you can type in school name if you know the specific school, program name, let's say you're looking for a certain major. But for the sake of jumping in here, let's go ahead and click on Virginia Tech. And you can already see a few things here. You can see there's an 83.6% grad rate. And then you see this little heart button. Let's say I already know this is one of my favorite schools. I can go ahead and favorite that school. So I just favorited it. And this part is optional, but let's say I'm favoring it because it is in the right location. I can also put some notes here and say location and my best friend is going there and save notes. So let's go ahead and look at the college a little more deeply and see what information we can find about it. So this information we do gather from publicly sourced areas. So I'm just pulling, we get them from a few different places. Peterson's data, which is the leading provider of higher education data, and IPEDS, which is Integrated Post-Secondary Education Data Systems, and then also from the Common App used for admission stats. So that's how we gather all of this. But within each school profile, you will see an overview. So that contains acceptance rate, graduation rate, US News ranking. As you scroll down, you'll see videos from current students. So this is really cool. Current students who are at the school tell like about campus life or certain classes they're taking. Down here under campus setting, we have school size, all of this good information. We even have what temperature it will be in certain months, average temperature. I went to school in Illinois and winters are very cold. I probably would have chosen Texas had I thought that through a little more. So that's great. And then we also have some other information like walking score, transit score. So really, really helpful. Down here, we have breakdown by race and ethnicity, female, male, and then students to faculty ratio, which is really helpful. And then finally, we get into academics and programs. So you can go ahead and search for a program here to see if they have it. Let's see. So, yep, speech communication and rhetoric, if you're looking for communication. So great, I would like to be a communication major. You can also see athletics information, And then a few others that I think are great: student life, what activities they have, cost and financial aid. So you can actually pull down based on family income and get an estimate of what the cost would be. And you can also click straight to the financial aid website. And then down here, we also have a direct link to how they would apply. We also have deadlines. So this school had an early action deadline of November 15th, and regular decision is January 16th. And yeah, we also have some similar schools. So that is what is within each college. I'm going to go back one more time, and I'm going to pop to this favorites and lists area. And here, now you can see that I favorited that school. It's now on this list. And so you can add more schools and really start building out that list of schools that you're interested in. All right. I talked about virtual reality tours. Those are included on over 500 campuses that we have on SchooLinks. I talked about the school profile. Okay, last, I know we're rounding out to the last few minutes, but let's talk about career exploration. And this is my last topic for today. Just like we have a school search, we also have a career exploration center. And it's really great. You can see jobs by region and also filter by what types of degree you would need. So going back here, I'm going to click careers and then career center. So through this career center, I could think, okay, I want to get an associate's degree, and I want to look at this state, Indiana specifically. So looking here, I can see where are the most jobs open within there. Once you go to this tab, you can see career clusters. And so we were talking earlier about choosing that career cluster. Let's say I chose hospitality and tourism. Now you can dig in and start looking at different types of roles. So this is event planning. It just tells you what the median salary is, what the minimum education would be needed. We have day in the life videos and what descriptions of what this role would do. And then finally, you can add to favorites, just like you could with colleges. You can go ahead and add to favorites, and you can also set this as your career goal. So when I was talking about how students change their goals a lot, totally fine. They can switch their goal. I said it was, I think, physical therapy earlier. Now I can set this one as my career goal. Oh, so I'm changing it from fitness, training, and instruction to event planning. I'm going to replace my goal. So going back here, we also have hot careers. So these are careers that are the most posted on LinkedIn. And then your students can also see all of the careers that they've favorited. Okay. Finally, how to get help. And then I'm going to close out. So if you are confused, or when you're in the platform, your student doesn't know where to click, they can go ahead and click on this help button. And this is all of our help articles. So they could type in colleges and find a ton of different information about how to use the college tool. And they can also use this little green button in the corner to chat with our support team if there's ever something that they have a deeper question on. So they can send a message. These folks here are real people. I actually work with them directly, Scott, Jewel, and Emerald, and they'll get back to you as soon as they can. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that as well. All right, I think that is pretty much it for now. Dr. Smalls, do you have any questions in the chat for me, or anything else you want me to answer?
Definitely. We had a few questions come through and I answered them, but I'm
Okay.
just making certain that I did. One of the questions was for the student videos in the school page, who provides those videos? Is it through the university or an outside source? And I said that the universities provide those because those are from their school. And was I correct with that? I just wanted to double check.
Yep. Yeah, you were correct. Yeah, they provide them. It's actually through a different platform and then they get funneled over to us.
Okay, perfect. And then we had a question from B. Kim. I just wanted to make sure I understand the question. It says, are school links available for those families and children who do not attend a DoDEA school? For example, I'm currently stationed in Portugal and my daughters attend an international school funded through NDSP. So, B. Kim, if you can unmute yourself and just make sure that we understand your question so we can answer it appropriately. This platform is available to you all, but I just wanted to make sure that I understood your question. Let's see if we can.
Yes, good evening. Thank you so
All
much for taking my question. You had it exactly right. I'm currently stationed in Lisbon, Portugal, and
right.
so the closest DoDEA school is in Rota, Spain. And so
Hmm.
all the students that are living here in Portugal all attend international schools. And so I am in charge of a national support element. And so we have a community liaison officer slash school liaison officer that put out information to the community. And so I wanted to ensure that I had it correct that this school link and this platform is
Yes.
available to students who attend international schools that are serviced by NDSP.
Yes, it's open to all of our NDSP families with students in grades 6 through 12. So definitely they should have received their child's Gmail account and then instructions on how to log into SchooLinks. But if they didn't, if you look in the chat, I did put an email where they can contact us and just make sure they include the SchooLinks in the subject line so that we can help them appropriately, get their child set up in the platform.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. And I had one last question
Uh-huh.
that my wife jumped in to ask me. Uh, I'm not sure why she didn't ask it herself. Um, but she wanted to know in during the search, especially because we have a junior who will be a senior next year, and we have already started the process of college looking and hunting and things of that nature. Are you able to see what schools provide or work with the Yellow Ribbon program? Is that a search feature as well?
I think that you can find that information under financial aid. It's typically listed in most schools' financial aid pages. Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me
Thank
I'll
you.
actually take that and I might get back to you guys on it too. What was it called?
Okay.
The Yellow Ribbon
Mm-hmm.
program? Okay. I will send an email to you and then that was uh Kim, could you put your email in the chat as well? And then we could send you an email to follow up. I think you're correct on that, but I'm just wondering if there's a good spot I could send you to within the platform.
Sure, I'm adding it now. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thanks.
You're welcome so much. We have a few more questions that came through. Um, okay, I think Lauren answered it, but is there any scholarship information available, perhaps in the financial aid section? And Lauren stated, yes, the financial aid section provides financial aid information. They also have a scholarships tab where students can search for scholarships.
Yep. So in this finances tab, I didn't quite get here, but we have college financing section
Mhm.
where students, if they add a favorite school, it will show them how much it will end up costing and expected family contribution. They can also add in their own financial background so that this will change based on their financial background. And then we also have scholarship matching, where students can enter information about themselves and then be matched with scholarships that they can apply to. So definitely recommend taking advantage of that search feature as well.
Indeed. We need all the money we can get.
Yes. All right. Good. Well, thank you guys again. Actually, let me go back. Thank you guys again. Really appreciate everyone taking the time and coming out. If there's any more questions, I'll stay on for a few more minutes, but if not, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. And we're looking forward to having your students hop on the platform.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Lauren, for presenting this to our families. I know that they're very appreciative